Hi guys, welcome back to the Storytime Society. I'm so happy you're here and I'm so happy that you're alive. Thank you for being here and listening to my videos. If you listen to my videos or if you're gonna exit out, I love you too. Bye, have a good day. If you're here and you haven't already, press the subscribe button. Maybe since you're just down there, you could press the subscribe button, the like button, and then comment something really quick. It would take 25 seconds probably. Or you can wait till the end and let me know what you think about the stories and leave your opinions below in the comments. I do have something to say. I've gotten a couple requests to do a Q&A personal video while I'm doing my makeup and stuff. And so I'm going to link this the subreddit below. Sorry, I'm out of breath right now. I'm going to link the subreddit below. I put up a post saying to ask me questions on there. And then also on my community page on YouTube, I don't really know how you get there from your end, but if you know how to get there, it's also posted on there so that you can ask me questions on there. It just depends if you want to be anonymous or if you don't care. But yeah, I think only 5 people asked me questions so far, and I obviously need a lot more than that if I'm going to make a full video out of it. So if you're here and you care or want to know anything about me, I don't know, make something up. I don't know, because I don't even know what questions I would ask myself, but let me know, and you can leave it in the comments, honestly, of this video, or you can click the link that will be in the description, and I'll label it Q&A, whatever form, I don't know. You'll see it. Get your drinks before we start chatting and yapping and talking about crazy stories. I have a oat milk latte with a little bit of coffee cake Chobani creamer. The Chobani creamer is really my favorite, and I do like this coffee cake one, but I don't know, I think I realized I don't love cinnamon coffee that much, but this is really good. Next time I think I'll get I don't know, is the cookie dough one good? The chocolate chip cookie dough Chobani? Because I really like the white chocolate one, and I'll probably get that one next, but I like the Chobani ones because they're clean ingredients, and yeah. I posted a TikTok yesterday of me making an iced coffee, and the amount of comments I got about oat milk being bad for you, which was really stressing me out because we started drinking oat milk because my boyfriend's cholesterol is really high, and apparently oat milk helps to lower it, and he's changing his diet and stuff. We're not sure if it's hereditary or not, so he's changing his diet, and then he's going to retest his cholesterol and see if that helped at all. But the oat milk that we got, it's not bad for you. It has 4 ingredients. It has 7 grams of sugar. It's not bad for you. I promise. Because I was getting so stressed. Everyone's like, oh yeah, it's so bad for you. And I was like, I understand that the oat milk with all the added seed oils and stuff are bad for you, but this literally has water, oats, sea salt, and citrus fiber or something as the last ingredient. So it's okay. Okay? I really want to try pistachio milk, but I can't find it anywhere. I called Whole Foods. They didn't have it. They only have a pistachio creamer, but I want an actual milk. And then I went to Trader Joe's today. They don't have it, and they definitely don't have it at Publix as I looked there. So I might have to order it online or something. I don't know. But yeah, so get your drink out and let me know what you're drinking in the comments below. Okay, I just had to take a good chug of my coffee so that I can read some of these stories. And I'm also sick. I actually am sick. I know that in the last episode I said something about how I wasn't feeling well, and I feel the last episode that I filmed, I was super tired. I had a really bad headache, and I was it was the beginning of me not feeling well. Right now I'm in the middle of my sickness. I have a cold kind of, and it feels kind of like a respiratory infection or something. And I think it's actually because I went to my workout class on Monday morning, and it was the hard workout class. And then after that, I barely ate and I barely drank any water, and I also think I didn't sleep that much that night. So, and I didn't mean to not eat. I just didn't have any food in the house, and I really didn't feel like leaving to get food. So that really, it bit me in the ass. It did, because I didn't feel well. And now I feel like I'm sick because I just didn't have any nutrients or like electrolytes or anything. But the maintenance guy did come today to look at the mold. And you know what? I'm going to share this with you guys because I'm pretty sure it's mostly girlies here. And if it's not, then it's okay. This is just TMI, really. So, honestly, if you're like squeamish, no, it's fine. But trigger warning blood because I'm on my period, okay? I started my period yesterday and I went to my workout class and I was wearing spandex. I double layered my clothes this morning, and then I had a pad and I bled through the pad, and my spandex was like covered in bright red blood, and they were the white, it's like the white crotch part, and so it was bright red, big spot of blood. And I obviously took a shower after I worked out, so the spandex were sitting on my bathroom floor when the maintenance guy came. And the maintenance guy is like cute, like normal, around my age, like cute normal guy. And I was like, well, I was like just kind of embarrassed because he was walking in front of me and he looks down and I see his eyes lock with the spandex bloody on the ground, and I'm like, oh fuck, I for sure have spandex that are covered in blood sprawled out on the ground right now. But he came at a random time. I always say in the maintenance request, please call before coming to my house, because I was in the middle of filming a video and I hear knocking and I'm like, fuck, my blush is one side is a little blended and it looks crazy. I have blush on my nose and blush right here that's not blended out. So I'm like, and then he calls me and I'm like, oh, sorry, like I was in the middle of something so I couldn't get to the door in time, but I'll come down right now and let you in. And then he comes up and yeah, that happened. But he looked at the mold and he did confirm that it's a problem area, because I was telling you guys, it's that little room. It's a little toilet room inside the bathroom and there's no vents in there. And so he said that since there's no vents in there and there's no like ventilation and stuff, and then also combined with the fact that you're taking steamy showers and the condensation's getting on the walls and stuff, he said that's very common, which made me feel better because that I think means that we probably don't have like a serious mold problem. I think it's just from the showers and stuff. And he said to like try to leave the doors open and stuff. And he also cleaned it all up, and then he changed the light bulb because he said the light bulb was giving off a lot of heat that was in there. So that was really nice of him, and I'm glad. So obviously, we're going to keep a lookout on mold and if mold starts growing on stuff, but I don't think that we have a mold problem, and I'm really happy, and I'm really praying that that's true and that we really don't. But I kind of suspected that was going to be the issue just because of how sometimes I would go to the bathroom in there and it would be so hot. If the door was closed, it would be so muggy in there. And so I can't imagine, obviously, stuff is going to start to be, it's going to be so gross in there. And I feel like that's pretty normal for nasty mold to start growing from that. But I think maybe we need to get like a dehumidifier or something in that bathroom. I don't know. I have so many things that I want to buy, and it's just like I need $500,000 to be able to afford everything, because I want to buy an air purifier for every room in my house and for our little coffee station because it gets really hairy over there. And there's a lot of other stuff that I want to buy, but beggars can't be choosers. So yeah, that's my update. I'm feeling fine. Well, honestly, I'm probably only feeling fine because I took Advil. I took Advil at 6 a.m. this morning and then again at like 2 because I wasn't feeling well. Obviously, I don't feel well. And then that always it made me feel really nice. And then I could go to my workout class, come home, do a little bit of work. And then I had 3 eggs for breakfast with a chicken sausage. And after that, my stomach started fucking dying. So, as you guys know, I have an egg intolerance, but usually when I eat pasture-raised eggs, it's fine, but I usually don't eat that many, so maybe it's because I had 3 of them and not just one. I don't know, guys. I just want to eat eggs because there's so much protein and it's easy to eat, and it's so annoying because why does my stomach hurt so bad? So then I took Advil again, and now I don't have a stomach ache. And I also feel a lot less sick when I take Advil, obviously, because it like suppresses your symptoms or whatever, but it's really nice because it kind of gives me a break from being sick, because I wake up feeling super sick, because like I feel like overnight you get more sick, and then you wake up, right when you wake up is when I personally feel the most sick, when I'm sick. But yeah, so that's really all the updates I have. And if you ever want to watch on Spotify, the link will be below, or if you just want to give me a follow on there, if you think maybe in the future you'll want to watch on Spotify or listen on Spotify. And yeah, let's get into the stories. And I think we're going to do 5 stories today. I think, as long as these are still all up, because sometimes they get removed by the time I can read the stories, which is really annoying. And sometimes I want to screenshot them, but if they're too long, I don't want to take like 7 screenshots and then have to organize them and stuff. So I don't know. But this first one is, I think, no, it doesn't have updates. But I did find one, because I like to try to find stories that have updates, because I know you guys like the updates. And also I think it's just more fun when there's stories with like a completion or a solution or just any kind of update. It's just fun to read like a sequence of stories. Okay, the title is "My boyfriend deleted my dead brother from my Instagram friends, and he doesn't seem to understand or care that I'm upset." 6 years ago, my twin brother, Sam, died in a horrible accident on the freeway. It was one of the biggest accidents in our state. My only comfort is that he died immediately. The police said he most likely had no idea anything was happening around him. Anyway, before he died, Sam was a huge social media user, mostly on Instagram and Snapchat. I never followed him on Snapchat, but I followed him on Instagram. He made thousands of posts about his life, friends, family, music. He was an amazing singer. After he died, I would go to his account and just scan through his account. I mostly watched a few videos he made where he does a dialogue for ESL speakers. He taught English to ESL students for extra money. I'd often pretend that he was speaking to me. I know it's not healthy to listen to my dead brother's voice every day, but it just became a habit. A few weeks ago, my boyfriend had been urging me to break free from this. He told me that I needed to move on. I did start. I would only watch one video, or even not use my phone until right before I went to bed. Last night, I went to check my brother's account, and I saw that it was gone. I was upset. I texted my sister, and she said that she could still see his account. My boyfriend told me that he blocked my brother on my account. I was annoyed, but simply thought I could just go back to following him. But my brother's account was private, and our family couldn't access his account years ago. The reasons why he blocked him is because he thought I was in love with my brother, and even accused me of being once intimate with him. My brother. I wanted to vomit. He's my twin. We spent every single day together. Even when we grew up, we went to the same university. At the time of my brother's accident, we were roommates. I loved my brother, but not in a sick way. My boyfriend never met my brother. He and I only started dating 2 years ago. But after this, I don't know if I can or should continue this relationship. My boyfriend keeps saying that I should move on, that what he did wasn't a big deal, but it was to me. Our mutual friends agree that I should just forgive and forget, but I feel like I'm grieving again. Sorry? Your mutual friends agree that you should just forgive and forget? I don't know. Maybe I'm dramatic, but I would break up with my boyfriend. First of all, the accusations of like hooking up with your brother is insane because you're so close. Okay, sorry. I mean, I'm not a twin, but I can only imagine that a twin's bond is way more close. Sorry that you can't empathize with that or understand that, but my literal brother, who was my twin, who most likely, they seemed like they did everything together. They were together every day. They went to the same university. They were roommates. They were each other's other halves. Like, even if it was 6 years ago, it doesn't matter. If that was something that she found comfort in, support her and let her find comfort in that. I think it's fine. even if she spent the rest of her life doing that every single day, okay? She went through something so traumatic, something as traumatic as losing your twin brother. That's crazy. I mean, I can only imagine how terrible that would feel. Am I dramatic? Please let me know, because even if that was just my brother, who I'm not really that close with, but obviously I still love my brother, even if that were my situation and my boyfriend did that, I would break up with him. I would say, what the actual fuck is wrong with you? I watched these videos of my brother because it makes me feel comfort, because he passed away. And not only that, but he passed away in a very tragic accident where he died immediately, and I didn't get to say goodbye to him. So please, if you could just get the fuck out of my life, that makes me so angry. I would be pissed, so pissed. That's something that you can't take back as well, because they can't even access his Instagram account, so it's not like she can follow him again. That's actually so fucked up. Even like my friend, I told you guys in, I think, 2 episodes ago or an episode ago, I'm not sure, but about my friend that we were best friends in all through high school and in college, and she passed away from a tragic car accident, and it was also immediate. It was a really, really bad accident. And even that, so when we were 18, right after graduation, after we graduated high school, we had gone on a spring break trip. This was before we graduated, our spring break trip. It was senior year. Me and her went, and we came to Florida. We stayed in Cocoa Beach, and we were crazy as fuck. We went out to so many bars, even though we were not old enough. I don't even know how we got in, but we didn't even have fake IDs or anything. But we would just like finesse our way in. And one night we were really drunk, and we were like, we should get our nipples pierced together. But then we called a bunch of places and no one was open. So we were like promising each other, we pinky promised that when we got back home, we would go get our nipples pierced together. So like 2 weeks after we got back from spring break or something, or not 2 weeks. I don't know if it was I think it was after we graduated during the summer. And we ended up going to get our nipples pierced together. And that was like, for me, that was a very, after she passed away, it would always remind me of her whenever I just looked in the, if I was naked, I looked in the mirror, or I was in the shower and I saw that, and it kind of like gave me comfort knowing that like I kind of had something she also had. I don't know if that makes sense, but it felt like a connection kind of, because we got them together and it was something permanent on our bodies. Well, not permanent, but semi-permanent. And one day we had those, I mean, she definitely had them. I'm sure up until she passed away. I don't know if they take those out or what, but she might have gotten buried with them. And one day mine fell out, one of them, but then I had one on the other one still, and I was really stressed, and I tried to put it back in because I didn't want to not have them anymore, but I didn't just want to have one. So I tried to put the other one back in, and that one would not go in. It was like closed after like a day, and I was in my shower crying because I was so upset, because I felt like if I didn't have the piercings, then I wouldn't like be connected with her in some way. And not me, about to cry. And I just felt like so upset about that. So then the other one I kept in for like a couple years after that, and it looked ridiculous because my boobs are like different in that way, where we mostly got them pierced because we had the same like shaped boobs, and we thought that it would help make them not look as like tubular, which it did, because it made the nipple more hard. So then they were uneven because one nipple was like more hard, and the other nipple without the nipple piercing was not hard anymore. And so then after a few years, the other one ended up falling out, and then I just don't have them anymore. But yeah, I kind of slowly, like, that one falling out really like upset me, and I was really upset for a long time after that, and that's why I kept the other one in, because I felt like that was still like my connection to her. And then I slowly kind of like got over that, and then once the last one fell out, I was definitely upset, but I wasn't as upset because I had kind of already processed it once the first one fell out. I don't know if that makes sense. It's so stupid to be like, I'm crying because my nipple piercings fell out, but it wasn't about the piercings. It was just more about like the connection that I felt like it gave us. So, yeah. So, that being said, that was just my best friend. And if it were like my twin sister or my twin brother, then I can only imagine that would be 2,500 times worse. So that's why I'm saying what I'm saying about this guy. And I don't think that I would be able to forgive him for that, because that's just really fucked up and not forgivable to me. I think that if that's something that comforts her, then he should be supportive of that. Okay, anyways, let's read some of the top comments. Okay, Jesus, get out. And then OP said, I have to. I honestly don't see myself forgiving him. My sister is allowing me to use her account, so the pictures aren't gone. But still, why would he do this? Okay, but also, your boyfriend is jealous of your dead brother. I'm sorry to put it so crudely, but it's time to wake up. And then OP said, you're so right. And then someone commented this long comment, and I'm going to read it. My throat is like very tense right now from almost crying. I lost the text messages and photos from my dead friend because I didn't realize my iPhone automatically deleted messages after 2 years. Thank God I saved the voicemails I had from him. I was furious. It was difficult for me to read the messages, and I don't listen to the voicemails anymore, but it's just comforting to know that they're there. This was 3 years ago, and I still get mad at myself and at Apple, etc. This guy was a close friend and not my twin, but it hurt a lot. My husband thought I was a little too hung up over it, but he knew not to cross the line. He didn't decide that he knew better. He made gentle suggestions in couples therapy. If another human had purposely deleted those messages thinking that they knew better what was best for me, I would have ripped their fucking throat out. Maybe your friends have your best interests at heart and have seen how much pain you've been through, and they don't want you to hurt anymore. But this is not the way to do it. I would guess none of the people around you have tragically lost someone that close to them, not to mention a twin. They don't understand the depth of your loss. Your boyfriend is an idiot who obviously doesn't understand either, but there's a difference between not understanding and taking matters into your own hands. My mom lost her brother to suicide 13 years ago. She still has a mini shrine to him in her room. She cries less about it now, but she visits the cemetery way too often. Do I think it's healthy? No. Would I get rid of her shrine? The thought of how much that would hurt her breaks my effing heart. I've spent years trying to nudge her towards therapy and grief counseling and given her resources I thought might help. To take something like that away from a person, it's selfish and despicable. That's what it is. I loathe your boyfriend for what he's done to you, and I absolutely understand why you feel the loss of this all over again. He's not someone to have around because he won't try to understand your pain. Feeling understood and heard is one of the biggest contributors to a successful relationship, according to Gottman research. This is just too big to let go. The fact that he's telling you to move on and not apologizing, girl, push him out the nearest window or let me do it for you. Sis, that is honestly so real. Fuck this guy. It's actually crazy. I lost my sister in 2009 and my mom last year. I would probably snap and kill someone if they deleted anything or got rid of any pictures or anything. I have pictures of them up on my walls I've never taken down. I'd hurt someone if they did. She definitely needs to push him out the window and then needs to tell him to get over it. Yeah, a lot of people are sharing their stories on here, which is really nice. I want to see what other people are saying, if they think that they should break up or not. This is a massive red flag, and you really should reconsider this relationship. This man decided he knew better than you what would be best for you and is now denying, and damage was done. Ugh, that's disgusting. Like, I'm honestly so upset for her. That pisses me off. I hope she breaks up with him. That was 2 days ago, but I don't think that she has an update. Ew, I literally want to punch this man in the fucking throat. No, she hasn't updated, but ew. Seriously, what? Do you think that you're just the smartest man ever and your little pride overtook your body and made you do that? That's just crazy. Oh my god. That's disgusting. The fact that he accused her of that too just makes it 20 times worse and more disgusting. But whatever. All right. We're going to move on. There's like crumbs on my shirt, but I don't know what from. The next story is my new boyfriend keeps reciting the Bible, but often only when it's in his favor. What did I do? Is this a me problem? My 25 female boyfriend, 26 male, and I started dating 2 months ago, and for some background, a big reason why I was drawn to him was because of his faith. We have both been on our own journeys with God, more so in the last 2 to 3 years, and we have really bonded over growing our faith together and reading more scripture. My problem begins here. He will often go on tangents speaking about scripture, but it often feels more like he's speaking at me rather than to or with me. It's not really ever a conversation, rather a speech from him. Recently, we've had more conversations about topics that I care about deeply. For example, therapy, women's rights, politics, financial literacy, etc. This is when I found out that he primarily educates himself through podcasts and Twitter, which can be very frustrating because many times in our conversations, I have to pull up articles and fact check him. 90% of the time, he is just taking what he sees online at face value, which can be really dangerous. As for reciting the Bible primarily in his favor, we've spoken about sex and living together before marriage, and he made up a reason why he thinks that it's fine to do. Yes, we've done the first one. He has also brought up that fasting is in the Bible, but just because he didn't care to feed himself for that day, saying that it was mentioned in the Bible that it was good for you. There's many other instances where he has gone out of his way to recite scripture to fill his own agenda. So my question is, are these massive red flags, or is my faith just being tested? Is it possible to be weaponizing the scripture? I haven't been in a relationship for a while, but the spark is already dying for me here. I'm feeling like maybe I jumped in too quickly. Any and all advice is appreciated. Well, I might be biased because I did go to, this is definitely repeating myself, but I went to a very, very private Christian college. And, oh Lord, the men at this college truly were something of the sort. This is what turned me off to the Christian religion, okay? And I'm not saying I hate Christians or like the Christian religion is terrible, because I don't believe that. I think that there are good Christians, and I don't know if I would go to Christian church, but I don't know if I can honestly say that I would like to. This is like so crazy too, because I grew up very Christian, going to church since I was in my mom's womb, like going to youth group every single Wednesday. It's so crazy because I've always identified as a Christian. And if someone asks me, I would say that I'm a Christian because I don't really feel like explaining myself unless it's a deeper conversation. But I don't really like lumping myself in with Christians because, in my opinion, I'm not even talking about how other people perceive them, but how I perceive them is, if you're a Christian, I'm not judging you at all, but this is my take on it because I've had so much experience with Christian people and the Christian religion and stuff. I feel like they are extremely judgmental, self-righteous. Jesus does not want you to judge people. Like, that's literally the whole mother effing point of the Christian religion. It's the way that we put our spin on it that makes it so judgmental. Also, that people, this could be so long because I have so much to say about it, but in my college, it was against the rules to be gay, which to me is crazy and not something that I identify with whatsoever, and it pisses me off. Whoever interpreted the Bible as being that you can't be gay or lesbian or bisexual, I think is wrong. I don't think that is what Jesus or God would want, because why would he create gay, lesbian, and bisexual people and transgender people or anyone in the LGBTQIA plus? I don't know. But for me, it's crazy that it's something that anyone looks down on or anyone thinks that it's wrong. It's really hard to wrap my head around because I just don't understand. It's really crazy that it's a controversial topic to me. I think that it should just be normal. I think that that's just life. That's mankind. That's human nature. Just as I am a straight woman, you could be a lesbian woman, a gay man, you can be anything. And I don't think, I'm not choosing to be straight, but I am, just as anyone else is their sexuality. No one's choosing their sexuality. I am just saying that if I spoke to Jesus Christ himself, and to make my point, I'm trying to say that I don't like to lump myself in with the Christian religion when someone asks me. I like to say, I'm a Christian, but not that kind of Christian. Like, I'm not judgmental. I like to say, like, more so I have a relationship with Jesus and God, and that's really the only thing that matters to me, because I don't want to conform to the rules that is religion. And I think it's silly to have to abide by rules to be accepted into a religion. And maybe this is all controversial as fuck what I'm saying. I don't know, but I don't care because that's the way that I feel. And I hate when people use the scripture or use things from the Bible against people to act self-righteous. It's happened so much in my life. It's me being a college student, me being a literal 19-year-old and not being allowed to make my own decisions, like sleeping at my boyfriend's dorm. Guess what? We were still having sex. Because I couldn't sleep at my boyfriend's dorm, yeah, and he couldn't sleep at mine. You think that's going to keep us away from having sex? No. Sorry. I don't know if all that was even made sense at all. I could like literally go on for so long about that because I have such strong feelings about it. And I really just wish people were accepting. And I say that as a person who used to not be that accepting because the way that I was raised, or yeah, is that the right grammar? I don't know. And it's not that I wasn't, it's just I didn't question it until, I started growing up, and then I was like, wait, why is that bad? Because like I grew up thinking the zodiac signs were the devil, or like if you go to a psychic, that's the devil, or if you do tarot cards and stuff, like stupid shit, like that's the devil. Oh my god, seriously? Like, no, I'm going to a psychic. I don't care. I'll read my horoscope if I want. I'll manifest. I'll do some witchcraft spells if I really want to. And that all was stuff that was very much against our religion, whatever was so against. I was scared of it when I was younger. I was like, oh my god, that's the devil. And now I'm like, other people have different beliefs. Oh my god. Who are you to think that you know everything about life and humanity and what happens after life? Because not one of us is more educated on that than the other, unless you're dead and a ghost. Then I don't want to hear it. Whatever you believe is fine with me. That's really all I'm trying to say. I believe in Jesus. I believe in God. I'm not trying to minimize anyone's religion or anything, because I think that you can believe whatever you want and you can do whatever you want with your life. And that's exactly the point I'm trying to make. As long as you're not trying to tell other people what to do or trying to save them. That's the thing that really annoys me. Sorry, I think that was a long rant, and I want to keep going, but I'm gonna shut my mouth now. I just want everyone to be happy and nice and open-minded and stop judging, okay? So some of the top comments. I'm a Christian and I don't quote scripture when it's convenient for myself. I say it to myself in times of trouble, but I don't use it to get my way. This is a huge red flag. To add to this, I am a non-Christian member of a deeply Orthodox Christian family. I grew up inside the religion. It's a huge part of our culture, even outside the home, attended Sunday school, all that jazz. Many religious folk will undoubtedly try and apply scripture to their, but not exclusively their, lives, politics, relationships, etc., and ignore the actual part of religion, spirituality. That's their mistake, and because it's such a widespread act, They think it's the right way to browse reality and life in general. Also, people have always struggled on accountability and objectivity, especially when it comes to themselves. Pious people are no exception. They will spin the Bible, they will apply only part of it to themselves, but its totality to others. It's partially hand in hand with the moral stop. I know how to pronounce this word. Why am I botching it? The moral superiority people want / tend to feel due to religion or lack thereof. The mentality that they know the truth. Your partner not only isn't mature and smart enough to cast aside misinformation, especially on platforms that are known for that, but also he doesn't even fact check. Therefore, he is prone to insane switches in his character, the way he acts, the way he treats people, all of it. He is gullible. He is part of a mass. He follows without thinking, so he can't be trusted to have, let alone maintain, a well-rounded character. You're 2 months in and already starting to lose the spark. Cut your losses and live happily. No need to waste any more energy on this. Sissy, let's go. This person said, cherry picking to fit your narrative is not Christianity, it's manipulation. My favorite thing to do is ask people where certain things are in the Bible, and miraculously, they can never seem to find it or explain their own bigotry. That's so true, because there's so many things that are just like put out there, like, this is what the Bible says, this is what the Bible says. But the way that they read it, maybe that's the way you interpreted it, but maybe that's not actually what it means. And then, I don't know. I'm just going to shut the fuck up now about it because it's too much at this point, and I'm sorry, but I could make a whole episode on my views around Christianity and my experience with Christianity, because truly, like, it's just been a crazy ride for me. And I'm honestly so proud of myself and my growth that I've had. All right, but we're going to go to the next story so that I can just shut the fuck up now and read this story. That has an update as well, so. All right. Actually, let me take a sip of my coffee. Am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend not to go to a wedding with his ex-girlfriend? For context, me and my boyfriend Sam have been together for a year and a half. We broke up last summer for 2 months, but got back together during our break. Sam met up with his ex-girlfriend, Rachel, whom he had dated for 4 years prior to our relationship. They only met up once and nothing came of it. However, Rachel still has feelings for Sam and was hoping that they would rekindle things. Rachel was enraged and threw a fit whenever she found out that me and Sam had gotten back together. She sent him a lot of really nasty messages and continued to do so for several months afterwards, even though he never responded to her. Rachel and Sam both have mutual friends who are getting married. They were both asked to be bridesmaids and groomsmen in the wedding. In February, Rachel asked the bride if it would be okay if Sam did not have a +1 for the wedding because she wouldn't be able to handle seeing him with anyone else. Whenever Sam found this out, he immediately contacted both the bride and the groom. They assured him that Rachel's request would not have an impact on the decision for a +1. Since then, she has still continued to try to reach out to Sam, including going as far as contacting me via Instagram regarding the upcoming wedding. She started to harass me and even admitted that contacting me was for her own self-gain. In April, me and Sam were both invited to the engagement party. Of course, Rachel was there, but we were having such a great time that we barely even noticed her existence. At 3 a.m. that night, Rachel texted Sam yet again, degrading both of us. She told Sam that he was not going to be getting a +1 to the wedding and to not make a fuss about it like last time. I found the comment odd because invitations have not been sent out yet. Why is she the one telling him this instead of the bride or groom? Regardless, Sam finally responded to Rachel and told her to never contact us again. Fast forward to the present day, Sam got the wedding invitation, and it did not include a +1. He contacted the groom, and the response was that they had to prioritize other couples who have been together longer, lived together, and or who both know the bride and the groom, due to the budget. I know 100% that a wedding should only be about the bride and the groom and what they want. If they don't want Sam to have a +1, that's their call. I'm not entirely convinced that Rachel did not have a part in the decision. She is a lot closer to the bride than Sam is to the groom. So am I the asshole for asking my boyfriend not to go to the wedding without me? This would mean he would have to drop out of being a groomsman. The only reason I feel uncomfortable with him going is due to the relentless harassment about the wedding by Rachel. If she had been respectful and left us alone, I would have no problem with him going without me. However, that was not the case. She has continuously disrespected me, my boyfriend, and our relationship. She has no clue what a boundary is. I just want this to be over. Update, my boyfriend talked to the groom. Due to the budget, they had to limit plus ones to couples who live together or will be traveling out of town to attend. The wedding is being paid for by the bride's family. It seems like they had an input on who was invited. The groom did not know the full extent of Rachel's behavior towards me and my boyfriend. The groom was also surprised to hear Rachel told my boyfriend in April that he would not be getting a plus one, as they had not decided at that time. My boyfriend did come to see that it was disrespectful for the bride and groom to not allow him to have a plus one. Even if his ex was not attending, the wedding party should have priority over regular guests. With that being said, he does not want to completely burn a bridge with the groom, which I don't want to happen either. We both agreed it would be fine for him to attend the ceremony but skip the reception. The groom said I would be allowed to attend the rehearsal dinner and welcome party. As far as Rachel, my boyfriend plans to ignore her and immediately shut down any of her antics. My boyfriend is truly disgusted with Rachel and her psychotic behavior. Ultimately, she wanted to break things up between me and my boyfriend, but she has only made us stronger. I was going to say that same exact thing, that they're literally in your they're your groomsmen and you're not letting him have a plus one. That's crazy to me. It's not just a guest. It's literally someone that you're having be in your, what is it, bachelor party? Is that what it's called? Or the grooms, I don't know what they're fucking called, but that's crazy to me because I'm not going to be, I mean, I'm sure they went on like a bachelor trip and stuff, and it's like, dude, you can't just let your groomsman have a plus one. That is his girlfriend of what, a year or something? A year and a half? Okay. This is 2 months later. This is the update. This is the final update regarding the wedding since it was this past weekend. Buckle up because it's a long one. Backstory, my boyfriend was asked to be a groomsman in a wedding where his ex-girlfriend was a bridesmaid. His ex harassed him for months even though he didn't respond. She reached out to me via Instagram. She has been trying to break us up and get him back. The groom told my boyfriend months ago that I would be allowed to attend the rehearsal dinner, welcome party, and part of the reception. We were told I would not be allowed to attend the ceremony or dinner portion of the reception due to the budget. After the formalities are completed, I will be allowed to attend. A week before the wedding, the groom invited my boyfriend to brunch on Sunday, the day after the wedding. He said it was going to be a super casual thing. I, however, was not invited to this brunch. My boyfriend reassured me he would not be attending without me. During the wedding rehearsal, my boyfriend decided to double check with the groom about me coming to the rehearsal dinner. Turns out I had been uninvited from dinner. We were informed of this 30 minutes before the start. The groom told my boyfriend I did not have a seat, but he would love to have me at the welcome party afterward. My boyfriend skipped the rehearsal dinner. We ended up going to a local bar until the welcome party started. Once we got to the welcome party, the groom came up to me and apologized for the politics. He told me he was happy I was there and looked forward to having me at the reception tomorrow. 2 people commented on us missing the rehearsal dinner, but I just changed the subject. After the welcome party ended, we all rallied to a bar close by. I was standing at the bar talking to one of the guests when the bride inputted herself into our conversation. The bride would only look at and talk to the other girl, even though I was adding input into the conversation. It was just like the interview. I don't know this girl's name. It was just like the interview with Blake Lively. I felt so uncomfortable that I ended up walking away. The next day before the wedding, I met up for brunch with the girl. She informed me that as soon as I walked away, the bride started talking shit about me. The bride told her I was originally invited to the wedding, but that Rachel, my boyfriend's ex, said she would not be able to handle it, so I was uninvited from the wedding. The girl said it seemed like the bride was trying to get her to not be friends with me and exclude me. She said it seemed like the bride was trying to get her to take Rachel's side as well. The bride admitted she was being petty, but that she didn't care. Mind you, I had just met this girl, and we were just casually chatting at the bar. Why the bride wanted to focus on causing drama and excluding me the night before her wedding is beyond me. Like, girl, focus on getting married. Around 8 p.m. is when all the formalities were finished, and I was able to attend. I'm not gonna lie, dancing with my boyfriend in front of his ex-girlfriend felt extremely good. I swear we did not do it on purpose, but wherever his ex went, we were always right there. She could not avoid us even if she tried. At one point, the bride and groom were in the center dancing. I was directly across from his ex in her line of sight. She completely turned her back so that she couldn't even see me, even though everyone else was facing forward. The only people who would talk to us were the other groomsmen and their dates. We ended up telling several of them the full story because they had no idea, so the whole night felt like sweet revenge. I will say many times the groom came up to me and said he was happy I was there. Whether he meant it or it was performative, I have no idea. I also don't care at this point. The only reason my boyfriend did not drop out of the wedding was because we were told I was not invited due to the budget. We were reassured several times that it had nothing to do with his ex. If my boyfriend had been given the full truth, he would have dropped out. Whenever I found out the truth, I was already too late. My boyfriend was at the venue taking pictures, and the wedding was starting in an hour. Once the couple gets back from their honeymoon, me and my boyfriend plan on having a conversation with the groom. My boyfriend said he will be reevaluating their friendship. First of all, I always say that. First of all, that's so annoying to lie to your friend about that. I feel like the guy should have told him the truth and just been like, yeah, sorry, but like also I have no say because, obviously his girlfriend is wearing the pants in this relationship. But on the other hand, and I hate to be this girl, but if this was my wedding and like my best friend was the ex, I wouldn't be like a bitch. I wouldn't be a bitch, okay? I wouldn't be a bitch. And I wouldn't treat her that way to her face. But behind closed doors, I'd probably be like with his ex, who is her best friend, so my best friend. I'd be like, oh my god, no. She is not coming to this wedding. Like, if they had just broken up, I don't know. They've been dating for a year and a half, so that's like that's beyond me. But if they were like new, then I'd probably be like, no. Like, I'd be siding with the ex because that would be my best friend. Like, sorry, I'm a girl's girl. No, wait, that's not being a girl's girl. No, but I would. I'm sorry. Because that girl, I don't know that girl. I care about how my best friend feels at my wedding, I'd rather have my best friend at my wedding, who's my bridesmaid, be comfortable. But then, like, obviously, I also empathize with this girl because if I put myself in her shoes, I wouldn't want to be treated that way. And also, I've been dating my boyfriend for a year and a half, so you should probably get over it by now. And I should be invited to the wedding. I don't really have much to say about that other than that. And the boyfriend seems like a great guy. So I'm happy he made the right decision. But some of the top comments, this is so fucking stupid. If they pulled that shit with me and my girlfriend, I would just tell them to shove their groomsmen invitation up their ass. I just mimic Southern politeness and say it's a shame that they're struggling with budget concerns. We'll make it easier for them and neither of us will attend. Bless their hearts. I say this every time these stupid situations come up. I refuse to celebrate your relationship while you disrespect mine. I didn't see the ages posted, so I will assume these are all second graders playing out a wedding scenario at recess. This is so fucking stupid. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I have two sides to this story, I do think that it's stupid, but I can understand because my best friend, I don't know, I would have my best friend's back over everything. So it's like, I can understand both sides, you know what I mean? But then when the time comes into it, it's like, it's been a year and a half. Then that makes me think you're crazy as fuck. If you, still are trying to get these people to break up, I would not be okay with that. But I feel like the bride probably doesn't know that this girl's literally been trying to break them up. But if she does, then that's fucked up. But the way that I, would support my best friend through everything, I'd be like, girl, do it. No, oh my god, stop. I just love my best friends, okay? But I agree, it's definitely very, it's petty. It's really petty, it's stupid. But at the same time, it's this girl's wedding, At the end of the day, it is her decision. And the groomsman, yeah, he could have just not gone. But obviously he didn't know that it was for anything other than just, the budget. But I hate to be on the wrong side of this situation. I'm not really on one side. I can just empathize with both, okay? Don't hate me. Don't hate me, please. My back is hurting. Oh, baby, my back just cracked. Next story. This one's a short one, but I feel like it's a good one because, I don't know. All right. The title is, my girlfriend said her ex was more physically attractive than me, and it just killed me inside. We've been together for 6 months, and as we were talking jokingly about the hottest people that we dated, I told her that I find her to be the most attractive girl I have ever dated, and that I see her beauty in her I never saw before. And that I see beauty in her that I've never saw before. But she said something that crushed me. She said among the people that she's dated, her ex of 2 years relationship was more attractive than me, and she rated me a 7.5, and she thinks that he's a 9. I just feel so shitty, to be honest. I know I asked something that I shouldn't have asked, but it is what it is now, and she was being honest, I guess. To be honest, I don't even see myself as a 7.5. I think I'm just unique and can't be compared to anyone else, so I just didn't say anything, and she asked me what's wrong. I just told her nothing, and I left. Now I feel empty and like it's something that I can't forget. I just ask myself, why does she see me as a 7.5 if she claims she loves me so much and I'm the best partner that she's ever dreamed of? That's so crazy. Okay, you've only been together for 6 months, so break up. Truly. If my boyfriend of 6 months was like, yeah, actually, ew, I don't care. I don't care if you think that. Don't ever say that to me. And also, I feel like you shouldn't think that. I don't think any of my exes, I think my boyfriend is the cutest, hottest, most attractive guy I've ever dated. And even if I didn't, like, I would still tell him that I think he's like a 10 and the best guy. You don't say that. Yeah, actually my ex was way hotter than you. Actually, yeah. He was way hotter, and actually I think he's like a 10 and I think you're like a 5 on like a good day. You know, it's like, girl, what are you trying to do? Make this man go home in KMS? Sorry, I keep sniffling, guys. I realize that's probably going to be so annoying in the listening to it, but I can't help it because I'm sick. I'm sick. Boo, you whore. All right, let's. Oh my god, not me having an eyelash on my pants. Should I put this on my eyelash? Oh god, like a new eyelash. All right. Anyways, I think it's still there, but whatever. Some of the top comments. Next, ask if he's bigger than you. It'll make you feel way better. The normal size ones hurt. Yours is more comfortable. Wow, I didn't know anyone else was in the room when I had this conversation with my significant other. Could you not air my business out on Reddit? Better yet, how long did he last? That's going to be a soothing answer. He was super fit. Effed her relentlessly for minimum 2 hours and shot 10 long ropes all over her face. What? Stop. But also it's crazy because that's definitely a man who commented that. I feel like 90% of women don't want you to last long because for what? Once I'm done, I'm done. And you can hurry up at that point. You know what I mean? Now all the rest of the comments are talking about penis sizes and stuff and like sexual stuff, so I'm gonna move on from that because I don't really want to read that. I don't want to read that stuff right now. Next story. Let's go. The title is, am I the asshole for continuing to wear makeup and dress in my normal style around a friend who thinks her husband has a crush on me? My 29 female friend, 31 female, has told me that her husband, 35 male, has a crush on me and has recently told her that he fantasizes over me. This already makes me feel very awkward, but now she has asked if I can stop wearing makeup and wear baggy clothes around him. We went out for dinner last night at a reasonably expensive restaurant with a few others, 7 of us in total, and she texted me when I got home saying she was angry at me for looking hot after she asked me to not wear makeup. She's my friend and I want to do the right thing, but there's nothing I could wear that is baggy that would have suited the restaurant we were in, which was a Michelin star restaurant. My style is very conservative and I was wearing a very average dress with heels. I've written out several responses ranging from an apology to being quite rude, but I wanted to sense check my thoughts here before I go back to her. I don't want to make life difficult for her, but what she's asking for feels unreasonable. Am I the asshole? No, and you should be done being. Actually, I don't know, because I feel bad for this girl, this other girl, if she really thinks that that's okay. I think that this girl needs a reality check. If you think that your husband is like wanting to fuck your friend, you should probably break up with him and leave him. And if you really think that your friend not wearing makeup and like dressing in baggy clothes is gonna stop someone from cheating on you, that's crazy. And also, that makes me think of, I saw this TikTok today, and this guy's like, if women realized how hard it was for Christian men to be pure, they wouldn't dress the way that they do. Like, it's just giving that, but from a girl. Like, girl, you can't be saying that. You cannot be saying that. You should be saying, to your husband, why the fuck are you checking out my friend? Why the fuck are you trying to, like, be, I don't know. Why do you like my friend? Like, what do you mean? It's not your friend's fault that your husband's a creeper and creeping on her. Okay, but I'm going to read the edits and the update. Edit 1, thank you so much for all your responses. It's 4:21 here. It's 4:21 a.m. here in the UK, so I will write out and send a response tomorrow, and we'll update you all on here. Sorry I can't respond to everyone. I didn't expect so many responses. Edit 2, while I was reading your responses, he just liked an old Instagram picture from way back, a bikini picture, and he is now blocked. Final update. I responded with the following: sorry it's taken me a while to reply, but I wanted to consider this properly and not react emotively. I don't know what that word is. And not react emotionally. Sorry. I'm sorry you feel that way, but I don't think it's fair or reasonable to ask me to change how I look because of your husband. My advice is to speak to him. My advice is to speak to your husband and work on your relationship, because projecting your issues onto me isn't going to help you, but it will damage our friendship. You have nothing to be insecure about. You're the most beautiful person, inside and out, that I've ever met. I'm here for you if you want to talk through it, but ultimately, I can't help it if I'm smoking hot. Just kidding. XXX. 5 minutes after I pressed send, she knocked on my door. She was already on her way with a bunch of flowers and cried and gave me a hug while apologizing. She told me they were having problems and it was wrong for her to take it out on me. We've had a long chat and I'm going to be there to support my friend. Thank you for all your input. You all helped so much. Okay, that's good that she realized that she was a weirdo for suggesting that you don't wear makeup. That'd be crazy. The day that I requested that my friend didn't wear makeup and wore baggy clothes around my boyfriend would be the day that you can literally, like, bury me alive. Put me in my grave. Put me out of my misery, because that's the craziest thing ever. And if I ever let a man have that much power over me, just end me. End me there, because that would never ever happen. And the minute that I saw my boyfriend liking bikini pictures of my best friend or wanting to, like, look at her like he wanted to fuck her, would be the minute I would be out of that relationship. I don't even care if I'm married. I'm literally getting a divorce because of that. Okay, some of the top comments. Totally not the asshole. For one thing, I don't think it's possible to dress appropriately for a nice restaurant without looking hot to someone who already finds you attractive. And more generally, as long as you're not hitting on the husband or intentionally dressing provocatively to catch his attention, which it sounds like you're not, then this is her problem, not a you problem. Here's another point. Why on earth did she tell you that her husband has the hots for you? Completely inappropriate. This is something to be handled within the marriage. Opie said, thank you for your response. I'm not sure why she told me either. The first time she said it was cute that he had a crush on me, and then she started getting a bit more detailed about it. Here's what you write to her. Fixing your marriage is not my problem. Please seek marriage counseling instead of policing my clothes. Also add, I dress for myself, not for creeps and leechers. Don't victim blame when all I'm doing is living my life normally. Throw away the whole friend. This is the way. She's blaming you for his dirty thoughts. You don't need that in your life. I feel the same. The husband is a creep and the friend blames the friend. I'd ditch them both. Yeah, the dude sounds creepy AF. If his wife is telling her female friends to cover it up, then the discourse must be way deeper. Yikes. That's a perfect response. You deserve to express yourself without her jealousy dictating your choices. It's really up to her to address her insecurities, not you. Stay strong. So she's told you in detail that her husband has nasty fantasies about you and it's your job to fix it. This is either a person lost in the sauce of gaslighting or a straight up victim blamer. Either way, not being a good friend, but no one is salvageable if she escapes the relationship. But one is salvageable if she escapes the relationship. Yeah, I hope this girl gets out of this relationship, because the fact that, like, this is even a thing is crazy. And no one should be with someone that's having fantasies about your friend. Because especially if like, don't ever tell me that you're having fantasies of my friend either. I would rather die than know that. I would rather choke on my dinner than know that. So this guy just seems like a creep, if I'm being honest. Because why would you ever... And has recently told her that he has fantasies over me? That's disgusting. And how did he say that with a straight face, to be honest with you? Because that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. I would straight up slap my boyfriend right across the face if he said that to me. Oh yeah, I just wanted to let you know, I have something to tell you, something serious to tell you. Yeah, I've been having fantasies about your best friend, that she gets stuck in the dryer and I have to help her out. I would literally punch him. So, yeah, XOXO. See you later, boyfriend or husband. Husband? Ew. That would suck because then it's like so much work to get a divorce, but there'd be no going back from that. But that's all I have to really say about that. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Please let me know what you thought about the stories, if anything stood out to you about the stories, or just if you have any strong opinions on anything. And just so you know, I love you, and no matter what you are, I love you, okay? If you're anything in the world, I don't even know what I'm saying right now, but even if you're, I don't know, well, not like if you're like a pedophile, I don't love you and click out now, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, right? Okay, thank you. If you want to join the subreddit, the link is below and you can cross post on there. You can post your own stories. And also, don't forget to ask me questions. I'm going to post that in the description as well so that you guys can ask me questions. Please ask questions, guys. Please, because I can't do a video based on the 4 questions that I have right now. So, I hope you guys really enjoyed this episode and I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching and I'll see you guys. Oh, also, happy Friday and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Mwah!